Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Avro from CZT Yvonne Westover. All right, this is a neat tangle. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do one big one, and then I'll do one in a grid. I do like keeping these quick. So you can always stop it right when I'm done with doing this one. All right, but I hope you don't. So this starts off with a straight line. Pick a corner. I'm going to basically do as the step out has. And let me make sure that there we go. And you're going to go from about the middle of the box and do a straight line all the way to the corner. Then coming a little bit down. So it's essentially going to be diagonal this way. But we're going to come a little distance down from the corner. You decide. I'm positioning my tile so that way it is comfortable to draw. And it's kind of like, yeah, it is a big elongated S shape. And then I work to hit the top of that. Of course, if you miss, hopefully then you have space and didn't go over, over the other way. All right, then, or where you've crossed it and you have a little tag hanging out. All right, then we're going to put another straight line. So from this end, kind of cutting off this corner, so to speak. Then this one's sort of an S shape still. And of course, you're going to put your own flair on it and however your hand wants it to go, right? Okay, oops, let me slide it this way. Okay. And then from this one, here's how I was looking at it. I'm making like a wide V here. This one's still touching the top. And then another. Going in. This one is, still a little ways down and maybe, similar distance. This one is not going to touch the top. Oh, there's something going on outside. I don't know if you can hear the sirens. Before I did this, oh no, that's just a weird sounding car or something. All right. There were a couple sirens on before as I was getting started. I'm like, well, let me just pause here and wait till those go by. All right. So once you have this, then this first line that we made, we're going to aura it. I'm going to aura it on this side. Like so. So above it. And then a little straight line here. It's kind of like an A, which is what it is. And like I said, read about it in the For More Inspiration link. Okay, and you know what? Let me just try something here. I just want to angle that a bit so that way the tip of my pen is still showing. All right. Now, of course, you can decorate this however you might want to. And I'm putting a border here. We'll just do a 4 square. I really had to look at Yvonne's work to say, okay, how did she do this? How did she do that one? And so you might have to take a look also. That's why I thought, it might be a good idea. We'll just do one 4 square. And it looks like some of them, she did it without the grid. And for me, I was like, okay, I'm not going to try that quite yet. So this one, we're going to turn this into a fragment. And so starting here, as I mentioned, do that halfway down. And I did, let's see, do I want to copy what I did in my step out? Oh, sure, why not? And as I was doing my step out in the last box, which I labeled play, I thought about this. I'm like, it might have been a good idea, so I wasn't confused, to at least put the first step in all the boxes. Because what I decided to do was just turn the tile and then put that first step in, turn it, so I'm doing, it's rinse and repeat, right? There we go. Because I kept thinking, which direction do I need to go now if I want all of, these to point in to the center? Although now I'm thinking, I should have done it the other way. Well, that's okay. You can play with it, whatever direction you want them to go. All right. Then that S shape. And I'm not going to do, this is one of those that I don't think I would, I'm just speaking for me. A lot of times I've talked about doing each step, like I did this first one, and then do the next step and do the next step. This one, for whatever reason, I feel like I shouldn't do that. And I might, at least for this part. So I'm going to go around and do that part first. And hopefully, yes, you are seeing my pen, the tip of my pen. I do try to make sure that you can see that versus just my fat hand. Whoa, okay, that's interesting. Sometimes the pen gets away from you, and it's okay. Just keep going. I was like turning my tile to do this line. Turn your tile however you need it to be turned, so it's comfortable for your hand to draw, and because that it makes an enormous difference in the tangling, and we want you to have fun. And if your hand isn't comfortable, then it's not having any fun. If that was any bigger, I don't know if I would do that. I'm also pushing my pen up this way, and I can feel it going. I'm thinking, oh, this was a new pen. All right, now I will come back, and remember, we're auraing this on the outside. And like I said, normally, and I'm going to just do it when I'm auraing something. I like to see the line nice and clearly versus doing it this way. It's silly. I mean, the pen doesn't cover that much, but there's just something about that which just makes me go, no, I don't, unless I have to, because of there's a number of reasons. One is like when I'm doing crescent moon or arches, and I want, and this part is more important than completely seeing. Then I'll change my own rule every once in a while. I break my own. And again, it's just my rule. It's well, I've heard Rick and Maria mention that also, because it is nice to see what you're auraing. And there we have it. Let me just put that and see how neat that looks. Yes, I like it. All right, now for some shading ideas, and what, I'm going to shade. I think I'm just going to shade on the big one because I have room, and I'll do something on the little one. That way you don't have to suffer through watching me shade all of the little sections, and it's nicer when it's bigger. So I'm starting off with shading the outside of these. Putting some graphite on. And then let's just bring it out a little bit. And I do find, well, a lot of times I like to use a circular motion. Sometimes if you don't want it to come out too far, but we just want to soften it and make this nice gradient. Just a back and forth motion can work also. Because you can see how that's doing it. Now I could probably maybe use to go a little bit darker, but I'm going to leave it like that for now. And there are lots of decorating options, which is another reason to go take a look at the for more inspiration section, because she has lots of different ideas. One which I really like is, here we go, I'm going to fill in this part because it's nice to have some kind of contrast. But she had, I think she put like orbs in this section. I mean, you could do orbs, straight lines. aura things, you know, a lot of ideas. I made this a little bit messy, so let's just trace over this edge. Oh, okay, clean it up a little bit. Or actually, I can fix that by putting some orbs in, as I mentioned it. And that is usually if I have something that goes awry. When it comes to the decorating part, that's where I always will take a look and say, well, what can I fill in here that will maybe either cover whatever it is up or just make it not obvious. This fixes the issue that I was having. Just putting some little orbs in there, and because it's nice when you fill in the little gaps, and then that took care of the little messiness there. Now I think just for ease of stuff, let's do do this interior here and see. Could also just fill something in gray. So we filled in solid with the pen color, right, with the black. You could also fill in. Oh, that's kind of neat. Like I said, it gives it some depth, some definition. Oh, I could do that on the other side too, but I wanted to make this a little bit darker. Just smudge it a little bit just so that blends in. I don't want to spread it too far because I already have a nice gradient. I want to avoid having a line. Yeah, see how that helps? Oh, I have some other ideas for that section, but I think I might do that on this, and then you can see that, or you've already seen it then, because it'll be on the front for the front picture. So neat tangle. Again, lots of options for decorating, lots of options for how you can use it. Do take a look at the description section. As I mentioned, I always do my own version of the step out, and then I put the link into the originator, and so you will see that. Below that, ways to connect with me if you wish to. If you enjoy my goofy style, would love to connect with you. I do classes online almost twice a week. It just depends on the week. Tuesdays and Thursdays is where I'm at now. Maybe I will add some more in the future. Most of them are free. The Thursdays are free. I have one Tuesday session that is free. The others are paid. One is paid. One I turned into an exclusive for my Tangle Addicts membership club. Information on that is on the website. It's basically a subscription, all access type of thing. And if you happen to be on Facebook, we have a lovely, fantastic community of tanglers, and we'd love to have you join us on there. So that link is there. Just so you know, I have 2 required questions. I think there's 4 questions on that, 3 or 4 that show up when you click to join the group. 2 of them are required. So just as a heads up. Now, if you enjoyed the video, would love to have you click like. Feel free to share it, leave comments, and if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I do post, every once in a while I make sure to mention this, I do post daily. At least one video, at least a quickie, but then I also do the replays for the free sessions. I release those, and I'm kind of working on getting some up to date, so it might be more, because I always do 2 sessions a day, so it could be 3 videos. I mention that because if I mention that, and I need to add in, click on that notification bell to make sure that the notifications are set how you want them. I don't like my phone blowing up and or pop-ups and all of that kind of stuff. So I would rather have you receive no notifications than say, oh my gosh, there she's posting again, I'm gonna unsubscribe. I would much rather have you receive no notifications than not be a subscriber. I always go to YouTube, and it always shows who has content latest, and then I select there what I'm going to do. So anyway, with that, Thanks so much for watching. And if you listen to the end, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. And we'll tangle with you soon. And I wish you happy tangling.